Go Mouse Scouts, episode 121.
You're listening to Go Mouse Scouts, where we're dedicated to helping you and your kids have a great time at the Disney parks, whether you're just starting out or a seasoned pro. My name is Kris.
And I'm Megan.
And this episode, we are covering character dining at Disneyland. So this will be fun because, we've pretty much done them all except for one, but I think we've got a good handle on things. So
the Disneyland Resort has 5 options for character dining. Only 2 of those are inside the parks, which means that the others could be done whether you have tickets or not.
That's a good point.
So definitely something to keep in mind if your kids are wanting a character fix and you don't want to spring for the expensive tickets. You can still go see characters.
And the cool thing is, one of the ones that's at one of the hotels outside the parks is hosted by Mickey Mouse himself, which means you don't have to have Disneyland tickets to go see Mickey Mouse.
Indeed.
We'll get into that in a moment. So I guess let's just kind of go down the line. So the one in Disneyland.
Minnie and Friends Breakfast in the Park. This is at the Plaza Inn at the end of Main Street. So as you head down Main Street and you are heading towards the castle, it'll be on your right-hand side right before you reach Tomorrowland. This is just breakfast. It converts into a regular restaurant for lunch and dinner. There won't be any characters there at those times. But for breakfast, they do have, it's a breakfast buffet, and the characters are wandering around. You might be sitting inside, you might be sitting outside. So if it's really cold, you might want to consider that as a possible option there too, is that you might be outside.
Yeah, that's true. And it's typical breakfast fare. You'll have things like scrambled eggs, Mickey Mouse shaped waffles,
pastries, fruit, an omelet bar. They have the soda fountain is open in the morning, so that is a nice option too.
Yep. And some of the characters that you'd be likely to see, of course, Minnie Mouse, because she's the one who's, putting on the event. But we've seen characters like Captain Hook, the Fairy Godmother, Rafiki, Max, Winnie the Pooh, and Tigger, I think, as well. So it's a pretty good rounded out cast of characters for you guys.
You're never really quite sure who you're going to see. There's usually about 4 or 5 different characters wandering around, and
yeah. And that one's cool because it's in the park, which means you're already in there. So once you're done with breakfast, you can just pick up your stuff and start going to your favorite attractions and stuff like that. So, all right, the one in the other park is in California Adventure. That's Ariel's Disney Princess Celebration.
Right. This is at Ariels Grotto over at Paradise Pier. And this one's a little bit different from all the others. All the others are buffets. And you pay, your flat price and you get this buffet. Ariel's Grotto actually has a menu, but it's still a set price for adults and a set price for kids. And then you just pick your meal off of the menu. So it's not buffet style. It is dishes that are just brought to your table. They do characters for breakfast and lunch. Unlike the Minnie Mouse one over at the Plaza Inn, this one does not open prior to park opening.
Oh, okay.
So if the park doesn't open until 9, then it doesn't open till 9. So just another little interesting tidbit about that one. This is the one where you're going to see face characters. You're going to see princesses, of course.
Right.
Ariel, of course.
Other princesses that you might see are Tiana, Rapunzel, Belle, Cinderella. Standard princesses.
Yep, standard princess fare. This is the one we have not yet done.
Right. Well, one of our friends of the show, though, Brian.
Right, and you can see his episode where he talked about this one too.
Yeah.
So this is just one that we haven't personally gotten around to yet.
But we will.
Yep. At some point.
Now, so I'm looking at the menu here, and just some of the options for breakfast first. You have like an all-American breakfast, scrambled eggs, hash browns, bacon, sausage, and muesli. There's a fresh berry Belgian waffle, with bacon or sausage and muesli, or muesli. I don't know how you say that, but it's basically kind of like oatmeal with like nuts and fruit kind of in with it. It's really good, really tasty. Red Oak smoked honey whiskey barbecue tri-tip, which sounds pretty good. A breakfast sandwich, eggs with bacon, avocado, and cheddar on a croissant with hash browns and Bircher muesli. And spinach artichoke egg white frittata. There's also some kids' meals, assorted breakfast pastries and fresh fruit, chocolate chip cruiser waffle, seashell symphony, which is scrambled eggs, hash browns, turkey bacon sausage. You can get all this information from Disneyland's website, but there's also a Kids Mickey check meal, which is kind of like a healthier option for things. And that's, it's kind of funny that this one is called a Kids Mickey check meal, Sandy Scoop of Sweets. But that has fresh fruit, strawberry yogurt, granola, seasonal muffin, and I'm sure probably muesli as well. Or maybe not. All right. And then for lunch, there's a different menu, and that will give you choices like pan-roasted chicken breast, fire-roasted corn cakes, fresh catch of the day, which would be seafood. It looks like the Red Oak smoked honey whiskey tri-tip is also on that menu. But then you also have grilled lobster tail salad, which, wow, that sounds really good. Or sauteed shrimp and angel hair pasta. And then, of course, there's the kids' meals, Ursula's Octodog, and I think Brian talked specifically about that one when we had him on our show. Who's Its and What's Its Nuggets. Nice. You gotta love the naming on these things. And, of course, there's a clammy turkey Sammy and a angel hair pasta a la dingle hopper. Mm-hmm. So, some fun stuff there.
And of course, as always, menus are always subject to change.
Sure,
you never know when they're going to change it up.
Absolutely. Good point. Good point. All right, let's move on to Goofy's Kitchen.
So Goofy's Kitchen is over at the Disneyland Hotel. Follow the signs in the lobby, I guess.
Yeah.
And this one is a large, room. There's some kind of like little nooks off of the main dining area, but you might end up just in the main big dining area. This one is again a buffet. Goofy's Kitchen, they do breakfast and dinner.
Oh, okay.
So it's you can do breakfast or you can do dinner there. They don't do lunch, but they do breakfast and dinner.
Okay. Now with Goofy's Kitchen, you're going to find some more interesting options in addition to like your standard breakfast and buffet fare. But like for breakfast, they have like the standards, sausage, eggs Benedict, bacon, muffins, French toast, this and that. But one of the things that we remember,
peanut butter and jelly pizza,
which was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I guess there's a macaroni and cheese pizza also. I don't know about that. That just sounds a little weird to me.
They serve that at the restaurant I work at on Sundays and stuff too. And it's apparently a big hit, but I've never.
Sounds weird.
Yeah, I mean you've got like the carbs and cheese on carbs, right? I mean I don't know, but hey, I guess whatever. And then for dinner, you'll have like options of things like tossed salads, Pluto's hot dogs, Goofy Roni and cheese. That sounds fun.
Pizzas, fish, carving station, veggies. So just like some of your really standard sounding stuff.
Yeah.
Characters that you will see there could include Goofy, the fairy godmother from Cinderella, Pluto,
Alice.
Yeah, looks like a few that it's been a few years since we went to this one.
Yeah.
I remember seeing Max at this one.
Okay, that makes sense,
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like him and his dad would be running the place.
Baloo was there, and one of the penguins from Mary Poppins. That was a weird one.
Okay. I've also heard that Gideon from Pinocchio's been seen there too, so.
All right.
Is he the wolf or the cat?
He's the cat.
The cat, okay.
Honest John is the wolf.
Got it, yeah. And he's a wolf, right?
Fox.
Oh, okay.
Because he's sly.
Yeah. He's streetwise. Sly. Gonna pull one over on you. All right. So let's move on to Chip 'n Dale's Critter Breakfast. This is the last one that we've done. And yeah, I really, really like the atmosphere of it. It's really kind of rustic.
This one's at the Grand Californian.
Yes.
The Storytellers Cafe at the Grand Californian. It
lines up with the whole atmosphere and the look of the Grand Californian. And it's really cool. I think, I don't know. I think I like the atmosphere of this place the best in comparison to all the other ones.
I think I would have liked it less if we had ended up in the main dining area, though, as opposed to in one of the little like nook areas that has like 4 or 5 tables. Because it would have felt more cafeteria-like if we were in the bigger area.
Yeah. We kind of had like our little getaway area.
Yeah.
To get away from the main drag of things, the traffic and all that of people going to fill their plates and stuff.
So, of course, here you're going to see Chip 'n Dale because, hey, it's Chip 'n Dale's Critter Breakfast. We saw Coda from Brother Bear, Pluto, Miko from Pocahontas. So this
basically
was like
critters.
Critters, yeah. You're going to see critters here.
So, yeah, I really like Miko. He's pretty fun. Miko from Pocahontas. And with the for the menu on the Critter Breakfast, Storytellers Cafe, it's mainly standard breakfasty fare. You've got your omelets cooked to order. Let's see. There's French toast, eggs Benedict, Mickey shaped waffles, bagels and lox. That's really good. I'm always a fan whenever we go to a brunch and I see, smoked salmon and stuff like that. Love it. So yeah. And then, let's see here. And then we have our favorite, the Surf's Up Breakfast with Mickey and Friends. And that's at the PCH Grill in the Paradise Pier Hotel.
I think this one's the most fun. This one, it is more of a big room cafeteria style, like, it can be kind of crowded, but this is the one where you get to see Mickey. You actually get your picture taken with Mickey when you get there. And they also, about every half hour or so, they call up all the kids for a little beach dance party. And so, they play music and Mickey or Stitch does the dancing with the kids and it's really fun. So there's like this little show that happens as part of it.
Yeah.
You might see here, you'll see Mickey Mouse and Stitch. You might see Minnie, you might see Pluto, you might see Donald. Some more of the classic type characters.
Yeah.
Plus Stitch.
Yeah, Daisy Duck, Minnie Mouse, Mickey Mouse. But it's cool seeing Stitch in one of these too, because really there's no other place that you can see Stitch except, kind of a secret place. If you're a Chase Disney card, was it bank card or credit card holder?
Disney Visa card holder. He is sometimes the character at the card holder only meet and greet over at California Adventure.
Right.
So we've seen him there a number of times, but
yeah,
this is like the only other place that you can really see him.
Yeah, and we're not. We don't work for Chase or anything like that, but we do have one of the cards, and so we're able to get into some of these. And just kind of a sidebar on this, there's also a special meet and greet, a Star Wars meet and greet in Disneyland that only Visa card holders with the Disney version of that can go see. Now, for the PCH Grill Surf's Up Breakfast, this is the only place that you can see Mickey Mouse off property, basically in one of these character dining things.
It's not technically off property.
Well, okay, so like,
but out of the park,
out of the parks, yeah,
without paying for tickets. So
I suppose some could argue, since the Paradise Pier Hotel wasn't originally a Disney hotel, right?
But it is now.
It is now, yeah. So it is Disney property. All right. So I guess let's kind of talk about a couple of tips, just kind of character dining tips in general. One of the things being when you decide to go. So like for the buffets, you have different times that you can go. And so if you get like one of the first seatings, if you're there for one of the first seatings, you'll oftentimes be able to get more character interaction because not many people are there yet. So you'll oftentimes get the characters coming around for a second time to your table.
Of course, so. Yeah. We that was us last time with the Storyteller Cafe. I think we saw all of the characters at least twice, and sometimes 3 times. You want to make sure that you have your camera out and ready to go, autograph books out and ready to go, so that nobody's waiting on you while you're busy digging through your bag for things.
Yeah.
Or having to run back out to the stroller, which is parked outside the restaurant because you left your camera in the stroller or something. Yeah,
I would have like the camera up on the table, ready to go. Of course, you want to be careful. You're not going to want to spill your coffee or your orange juice on your phone or your nice, DSLR or whatever.
Right.
So, now you'd also mentioned that there's benefit to having like a last seating.
Well, it's one of those things you have to decide what's going to work best for your family. Okay. Going early means, like I said, you have fewer people that are there, which means you have more character interactions. Typically, there's not as long of lines for food, things like that. But if you take one of the last seatings, like the last breakfast seatings, then you could call it lunch.
Yeah.
Eat your fill. You're just having a little bit earlier of a lunch, and then you're covered for that meal.
True.
So, but it's going to be more crowded. It's going to be taking time out of the middle of your day, when you could be doing other things. So you just have to decide for your family. Everybody's going to have a different option that works best for them.
Right. And then, of course, there's, location, right? If you're going to be starting your day off at Disneyland, for example, you maybe want to start at the Mickey's, not the Mickey's, the Minnie's, breakfast over there, and then you can jump right into your day. Or, go for one of the, out of the parks ones, and you can have a Disney, birthday celebration or whatever without actually having to go into the parks,
We've done that before when we didn't have passes. And so, that was what we did for a birthday, celebration instead of a party or something was, hey, we went and had breakfast with Mickey Mouse. And that was for Ginny's 3rd birthday, I think it was. And she was thrilled.
Yeah. And you know what? Didn't we do a character breakfast on our way to do something else or something? Like, didn't we go to the aquarium or something? Or we did a character breakfast and then did like something non-Disney. I can't remember what it was, but I seem to remember
You're thinking about our last trip where we did the Storyteller Cafe, but we went into the park after doing the Storyteller Cafe. Okay. We went to the aquarium the next day.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, but, even if you wanted to couple that with something else, in a different place or whatever, and not actually go into the Disney parks, I mean, just be creative, So, yeah. All right. Is there anything else you can think of?
Nope.
No? All right. Well, if you'd like to continue the conversation with us, you can do so at our Facebook group, where we talk all about Disney. Basically, we geek out over Disney. If you have any questions that you would like, answered either on our show or even there in the Facebook group, we also talk about visiting the Disney parks with kids. And you can find that by visiting gomousescouts.com/Facebook. And that will direct you right over to our Facebook group where you can become a member. And that, of course, is free. You just need to be a Facebook user and, then request permission to come on in. And we just want to keep spammers out and stuff like that. So, the other thing is you can email us, and our address is fun@gomousescouts.com. And I also wanted to point out to you that we have a free, ebook that, we have available, which is 10 ways that families can save on a Disneyland trip. And you can find that at our website at gomousescouts.com/freebie. And you'll be able to scoop that up over there. So That said, thank you everybody so much for listening. If you're enjoying our show, please do us a huge favor and tell a friend or two. Tweet about our shows and, or share our links on Facebook and stuff like that. Or even just, show our friends how to subscribe, to our show on their phone. So, every little bit helps, and we really appreciate you guys and your support. And, we will see you in the next episode. Take care.
Disney 98. Papa,